Bismillah. Good morning, students. Now, see, students, till last lecture we all had discussed about the respiration in birds. Now, when we were talking about the organism, invertebrate organism, we all have seen that they were having very simple structures. But when we talk about the higher vertebrates, and today we all are going to talk about the highest class, as I told you earlier, that human is at the topmost into the hierarchy. So definitely they will now, in case of bird, we all have seen so much of modification was there, right? So here the system will be more and more sophisticated, and the system will have the more modifications, because see, with evolution, when they started adapting, so what we have learned, Darwin's phenomena, the survival of the fittest. So with evolution, more and more modification done. Now till now you all might have understood this thing. For that reason only comparative study is added into the syllabus, that when we compare from the lower to the higher vertebrates, that time you will find that more and more modification is occurring with each class, isn't it? Have you find this thing? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we all will discuss this particular topic in two parts. First, we will be talking about the structure, as we have done for all the cases. First, we have learned the structure of the respiratory system and thereafter mechanism. Now, see, in the simpler organism, we dealt it into the single part or at one time only, but here the system is more and more complicated. So first we will be talking about the human respiratory structure, what the thing they have into the respiratory tract, and thereafter we will be talking about the respiration mechanism. Now when we talk about the respiratory system, so we all know that Allah has protected our body's delicate organ into the specialized skeleton, so that no type of harm should we get, right? So for that particular reason, a part of the respiratory system, it comes under the cage of the rib, okay, and that particular cavity is called as the thoracic cavity. So on the basis of that respiratory system, on the basis of location, it's divided as the upper respiratory system, which is present outside the thoracic cavity, okay, which is not inside the rib cage, and then we have the lower respiratory system, which is situated inside the thoracic cavity. So on the basis of this classification only, we all are going to learn the respiratory tract. Now when we talk about the upper respiratory system, so you will observe it has nose, it has pharynx, it will also have the associated structures like larynx. Then lower respiratory system, when we talk about, so it consists of the trachea, bronchi and the lungs. Let us discuss in detail one after another. When we talk about the upper respiratory system, so the first thing, now see, in the previous case with evolution, we all have seen that the external respiratory mechanism is aided with the specialized organ. Now in the case of the bird, we all have seen they were having the nair, and their nair, they were protected with the special skin fold, which is called as the cirrus. Do you all remember? We had discussed into the previous lecture, right? Now when we talk about the human, and even in some primates, you will observe that they specialized external nails, they are more and more modified in the form of the nose, okay. So see, in the earlier case, we were, when we were talking about insects, we all have seen only simple spiracles were present, they were not having such protective mechanism. When we talk about the uh, vertebrates also, that time also, in the case of the vertebrate also, we haven't seen such type of modification. Yeah, we all have seen that the fish, to prevent the water, they were provided with the operculum, वो भी bony fish के case में देखा था ये. Yes, in the case of amphibians, or you can say the frog, as such we did not find any such modification. But we have seen now purely air पे जो breathe कर रहे हैं, in that particular case we will have seen कि भाई चलो birds they were having the external layer, and उनके external layers पे we will have seen the cirri and all, right? But when we talk about the more sophisticated system and the more higher class, now they have the proper nose. Okay, now when we talk about the nose, so externally how nose looks, you all know very well that it is having the pair of opening, they have the two opening. Right now everyone will concentrate on that nose, please. Now, okay, now we have nose. Nose में क्या क्या दिखता है बच्चों? You all can see two opening. Yes or no? What you all observe,
Yes, ma'am.
no, in nose? You observe the two openings, right? What else you observe inside the nose? Gila gila, right? It is having the mucus. What else we can see? We have the hair, right? Is it or not? This much thing you can observe in your nose. Now let us see the what the nose has. So yes, what we observe externally, we have the pair of opening, and this opening is called as nostrils. Okay, now this is the region from where the we take air inside. Okay, now these nostrils, they will open into the nasal cavity. Okay, now when we talk about the nasal cavity, so it divides into the two chamber. Okay, inside you will observe that we have a septum, or you can see the proper bifurcation of this nasal cavity is there, right or wrong? Our nose is divided from inside also with this nostrils. If you will see vertically, is it or not? Yeah, now when we talk about this nasal chamber, now see, we have seen till now that outside nostril is there, inside nasal cavity is there, and this nasal cavity is having the nasal chamber. When we talk about the part or the region of this nasal chamber, students, you have to note down each and everything and prepare your own notes, because at the time of the examination when you will take your textbook and study, that is going to be very difficult for you all, understood? So when we write and we make our own notes, so that particular time what happens, that notes becomes very easy and our concept becomes more and more concrete, understood? And physiology is the type only that we should prepare notes, understood? So prepare your own notes. For that reason only you are getting this recorded lecture. Watch the lecture again, take the screenshots, and after that, whatever points you are learning, make your own notes and you study physiology. I bet on this that your MSc, your teaching life, never ever you will forget this concept. Understood? And this will happen when you will write your own notes. Remember, one time writing is equals to three time learning. Now also whenever I am learning, I am writing that particular point. So make habit of writing. Don't listen the lecture like a story. Okay, come back to the point. Now when we talk about the nasal cavity, I told you inside vertically it is divided by the nasal septum. Note down the term nasal septum. Nasal septum is dividing air chamber or your nasal cavity into two chambers. Now let us discuss about this chamber. When we observe this chamber, it is also having three region. Anterior most region, which we all can see. Now this region is called as the vestibular region. Student, this point can be asked for the MCQ. The anterior region of the nasal cavity is called as dash, so it is the vestibular region. When we observe the vestibular region, you will find that it is having or it is properly marked by the hair. Now what is the function of the hair? To trouble you know, these hair are very very important. it is giving the first lines of defense against the entry of any foreign particle. Now see, this air, or you can say the nose, is having a direct opening to the foreign side, or you can say outside. So there is a chance to take anything from the outside, right? So for that particular reason, Allah has made one protective system, and that system or that cavity, it is having the hair inside it, and this hair prevents the entry of the foreign particle. It prevents the entry of the dust. Otherwise, what is going to be happen? Entire nose, especially the people, those who all are working into the cement factory and all, so their entire respiratory system will be having dust. So this is the first line of defense. This particular region, the vestibular region, it is lined by the hair, and it removes dust and prevents the entry of foreign particle from air. Now when we talk about the second region, so the second region is the respiratory region. Now see, this respiratory region is functioning as the air conditioner. Now air conditioner, in what is the property of the air conditioner? That we can condition the air or the temperature with our desire, right? So here now, what are the conditions, or what way the air? Now see, in the winter season we are taking the cold air, in the summer we are taking the hot air. But our body, to maintain its proper or appropriate temperature and to make the respiration successful, it takes the air into the up to a proper appropriate temperature. So to maintain that particular temperature, there is a requirement to keep this air warm, as well as, now see, this air is dry up, right? So there is a need to moisten it. So this air conditioner chamber, whatever air has come, or you can say the filtered air which your vestibular region has taken inside, will go to the next part of your, this is your vestibular region. So in the vestibular region, there is a lots of blood capillaries, and these capillaries is doing the, or giving the warmth to the entered air, and there are mucosal glands. This makes the air moisten. Now you have the warm and moisture air. Now this air will go to the third region. This region do not have so much of role in your air or respiration, but this region is the olfactory region. Olfactory region means it's related to your smell. If your air is stinky, or it is having the fragrance, immediately you can guess about it, right? So this, why this olfactory region is present here, so that you cannot, we know this olfactory region is our sensible region. So you can get a sense that if air is not proper, immediately you cover your hair, right? If it is stinking, or you feel like it is suffocating air or something, you cover your mouth. So for that particular reason, to give you sense, this particular region is present here. So the function of this important, or the third region, olfactory region, that it receives the olfactory stimuli. So overall, what are the function of this nasal cavity, children? First, incoming air is warmed and moistened. Most important, it is filtered. Then after that, the moistened air is whatever mucus present into the your nose, it is been moistened, and it is warmed by your blood flowing through the capillaries into the nose. Then we have the olfactory stimuli. Then we have above the olfactory stimuli, you will observe there is a large hollow resonating chamber. Okay, this reason, now see, resonating chamber property I had already explained you into the previous lecture, when we were talking about the modified organ in the case of bird. What is the name of that organ? Yes, modified resonating organ which helps in speech of bird. Bird. Come on fast, student. What is the name of modified organ? It is syrinx. You are not repeating the lecture. Whatever lecture is happening, you are not at all revising at home because you are not able to answer. It shows your knowledge. So modified organ, or you can say a resonating chamber, is present, and this particular chamber modifies the speech sound whatever. Now you might be thinking, ma'am, we have the larynx, and larynx is our voice box, then what this particular part is doing? So it is modifying the speech. Now see, student, when you have lots of ice cream in your nose and your nose is totally blocked, that time you will observe that your speech is somewhat pitch is different. Is it or not? नाक बंद होती है तो आपकी आवाज बदलती है या नहीं बदलती है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
so it is. Why? Because this particular tube is somewhat blocked, so it modifies. And some people, they are very well efficient to use this pitch, and we all are saying ये नाक से बात करता है, तो नाक से बात करता means they modify their pitch. Okay, you all remember the Indian singer? He's using it. Himesh Reshammiya, right? So this particular, come to the point. So this is a large hollow resonating chamber. It modifies the speech sound. So this is all about our nose, and this nose is present in the higher order, that is the primates and the human only. Let us discuss about the next part, that is the pharynx. Now student, this pharynx, it is a funnel tube. You all can see it is starting from the here, it's starting from here. यहाँ तक के तो हमारी nose थी. Now from here the pharynx is starting. So the part which is connected with the nose, this particular region, is यहाँ तक के is called as the nasopharynx. Then we have the oropharynx. Then we have the hypopharynx. So you all can see structure. It is somewhat like funnel tube. Is it or not? So see, observe the diagram carefully, so thing become easier to remember. So the shape, funnel shape tube, now it start from the internal layer and extend up to the last cartilage of the larynx. So it is present, this is your larynx, so it is present till here. All right, now when we talk about the wall of pharynx, so it is absolutely lined by the mucous membrane. Otherwise what is going to happen if the mucous membrane is lacking here, यहाँ पर अगर mucus नहीं रहेगा, so the your respiratory region which has taken so much efforts to moisten the air will go waste. Air will lose its moisture and it will become dry again. So for that purpose the chamber, sorry, this pathway is moistened. Understood? So it is of course lined by the mucous membrane. The pharynx function, what is the function of this pharynx? So see, this is a common passage for air as well as the food. So if you will observe, to prevent this thing, they have the this lid like structure that is called as the epiglottis. I will tell you about the epiglottis later. So pharynx, it is functioning for air as well as the food. You can observe very well from the mouth also that this pharynx is having an entry. So whatever air is coming, it is also coming here. It is the food, it is also coming here, right? So that's why when we are breathing, this epiglottis, it is closing that particular esophagus part. Now we need to remember esophagus is the part of the digestive system, so it will close here. So this is a flap which can close this particular region also, this also. And when we are eating, this epiglottis is closing the trachea. Okay, so when we talk about the anterior portion, so this is, you can see it is connected with the nose, and that's why it is called as the nasopharynx. When we talk about the lower region, it is hypopharynx, or you can also call it as the laryngopharynx, and the middle region is the oropharynx. Now, when we talk about the laryngopharynx or hypopharynx, you can see it is connected with two larynx as well as the esophagus. Okay, so it is a common respiratory as well as the digestive pathway. Now this glottis, anterior glottis, it is raised epiglottis, which is a cartilaginous. Now it must be cartilaginous so that it could be sit very firmly. Now when we can see, uh, when it is closed, so it is folded back and it come as a glottis. Now this prevents the entry of food from entering inside the lungs. Now next region, your resonating chamber or your voice box is larynx, and this larynx is a very small thin walled tubular chamber. Now it contains the vocal cord. This vocal cord is helping, now whatever speech, it is connected with the vocal cord. So whenever we are talking, so that particular time we take breathe also. आप अपनी सांस रोक के बात नहीं कर सकते हो. नाउ सी, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट इज सुन्नत ऑल्सो. आवर पेरेंट्स सेज डू नॉट टॉक वाइल ईटिंग. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना हमारे पेरेंट्स. व्हाई इट इज सेड? बिकॉज व्हेन वी ईट, आइडियली दैट टाइम द एपिग्लॉटिस मस्ट बी रेज and our windpipe must be closed. But what we do, we talk and we talk. So what happens, this epiglottis converts into the glottis, नीचे हो जाता है, and our windpipe opens and a small particle will go. फिर उसके बाद में ठसका लगता है. क्या होता है आप लोगों को पता ही है, right? So this is the region we should not talk while eating. Now and we cannot stop our breathing while talking. ये बात जो है याद रखने वाली है, क्योंकि larynx it is the part which is present below the epiglottis. तो जब तक आप breathe नहीं करोगे ये open नहीं होगा. When we talk about the support, so definitely ये आप देख रहे हो thoracic region में, तो it requires the support. So it is supported by the cartilages. Student, it is important to remember the name of cartilage, so everyone will note down. Now this larynx is supported by the cartilage. One cricoid, one cricoid, CRICOID, one thyroid, and two arytenoids, ARYTENOIDS. This is important. I repeat, one cricoid, one thyroid, and two arytenoids. So this cartilaginous structure prevents this wall of the pharynx from collapsing. Now when we talk about the male and female, you know that the pitch is different, is it or not? Male is having little bit harsher voids, and the female, when we talk, they have the lower and sound sweet pitch, so that we call as the masculine voice. So for making the this high pitch, so these vocal cords are little bit, you can say the enlarged type in the case of the male, and for female we have the, and this larynx is also little bit larger in the case of the male. If you will observe all the boys in my class, they will touch their throat. They will find that somewhat, especially they have the very harsh voice, they will only touch that their vocal cord is or your larynx region is little bit protruding. Is it or not? You are observing it. Actually very it becomes little bit, it requires the space, so for that particular reason it enlarges. And you will observe the female, so they do not have such character, that's why they have the very lovely sweet voice. Now this is all about upper respiratory system. Let us go to the next part of the respiratory system, that is the lower respiratory system. When we talk about the lower respiratory system, it extends from the trachea to the alveoli. What is the specialty of the lower respiratory system, children? It is present inside the thoracic cavity. This point is important to remember. चलो one by one इसके parts पढ़ेंगे. First is the trachea windpipe. Okay. Now, when we talk about the trachea or the windpipe, it is approximate 11 centimeter long. This is now see, you all remember I told you about the trachea, that this is the dead respiratory space. right? In the previous example I told you about this direct respiratory space means it is the only carrier or the passage. Okay, it do not have any function into the respiration. So when we talk about the human trachea, so it is 11 centimeter long. Student, do you all remember in the case of the bird I told you that C-shaped cartilaginous rings are present? Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, here also 16 to 20 C-shaped cartilaginous rings are present, and these rings prevents the trachea from the collapsing. Now, when we talk about the wall of the trachea, it is having the cilia. Now you all can see the structure of the cilia. Come on, tell me what could be the function of this cilia. Think about. Now I give you one hint. What is the function of the nasal hair? Think about it and relate. Look at the cilia carefully.
Absorption.
Can you please repeat?
Absorption.
No, not absorption. Think about it. Yes, come on fast and do not type into the chat box. Tell me orally. Unmute yourself and answer. Okay, no one can answer. I will only give the answer. Now say
हार्मफुल पार्टिकल्स को जाने से रोकना.
excellent. Who's this?
अनम.
Very good, Anam. It, the most important function of this cilia to prevent anything inside. Now see a second level checking है. अब ये सेकंड लेवल पे, फर्स्ट लेवल पे तो वी ऑल हैव सीन के नोज इज हैविंग द नेजल है जो फिल्ट्रेशन का काम कर रही है, बट अभी यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम कहाँ से आ रही है पता है बच्चों? यहाँ से. ओके, माउथ से भी ओपनिंग है, राइट? तो ऐसा हो सकता है ना कुछ फूड पार्टिकल अंदर आ जाए. इज इट और नॉट? तो यहाँ पर इसीलिए ये सेकंड चेकिंग रखी गई है. आ रही है बात समझ में? सो दिस ट्रकिया इज लाइन बाय द सीलिएटेड एपिथेलियम. अब आप देखोगे सीलिएटेड एपिथेलियम क्यों हो रही है? ये जो सारे एपिथेलियम और ये सारे सीलियाज है, ये किससे निकल रहे हैं? सेल के ऊपर है ना. तो यहाँ पर स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ गॉबलेट सेल्स रहेंगे, एंड दिस गॉबलेट सेल्स हैव द एपिथेलियम व्हिच इज सीलिएटेड. नाउ very nicely Anam has answered that this cilia, it prevents to expel the dust or whatever food particles, whatever bacteria जो भी मुंह से आ रहा है उसको रोकने का काम करेंगे. And all these things are trapped, and there only immune system is taking care of that. अब सेकेंड रीजन पे आ जाते हैं. ट्रकिया, एनी डाउट? नो, राइट? वी ऑल कैन सी अभी नाउ हियर दिस इज अवर ट्रकिया एंड दिस ट्रकिया इज डिवाइडिंग, राइट? अब यहाँ से जो है फॉग बनना स्टार्ट हो रहा है. सो नेक्स्ट इज द ब्रोंकाई. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द ब्रोंकस, तो डेफिनेटली आई हैव शोन यू वन, बट दो होते हैं, राइट ब्रोंकस एंड द लेफ्ट ब्रोंकस दिखा ही देते हैं आपको. ओके, तो यहाँ पर इफ यू विल ऑब्जर्व दैट राइट ब्रोंकस यू विल फाइंड इट इज बिट वाइडर. यहाँ से डायग्राम में ही बच्चों थोड़ा गौर से देखोगे ना, यू ऑल विल बी एबल टू सी इट. इट इज लिटिल बिट वाइडर. ओके, अब इमीडिएटली ब्रोंकस डिवाइड हो रहा है, ट्रकिया के बाद में सेकंड है. तो इफ यू विल ऑब्जर्व केयरफुली यू विल सी राइट ब्रोंकस, it is entering inside the right side lung. Left bronchus, it is entering into the left side of the lung. When we talk about comparison, I told you right bronchus कैसा है, bit wider है, but it is bit shorter. Left bronchus यहाँ तक क्या आ रहा है? Okay, length if you will observe, it is still here only and it is bit here. So it is bit shorter and more vertically placed as compared to the left one. When we talk about the bronchus, so you will see this is again dividing. Now you'll remember when we were talking about the lungs of the birds. That time I told you that you have the main bronchus, then it will have the mesobronchus, parabronchus. तो इसी तरह से हमारे इसमें भी होता है. This primary bronchus which is entering into the lung, it will divide to form the secondary bronchus. You will observe this secondary bronchus, it will branch and small bronchus will form. This secondary bronchus से tertiary bronchus आएंगे, and you after that you will see more and more divides are there. So primary bronchus will give rise to the secondary bronchus. Okay, tree-like structure. Secondary bronchus, tertiary bronchus. Tertiary bronchus will give the bronchiole. Okay, so in the previous diagram you can see very well. See, primary bronchus is giving to the secondary bronchus is giving to the tertiary bronchus. Then you have the bronchioles. This bronchioles is having the your this terminal bronchioles. फिर उसके बाद में alveolar sac बनते हैं. Student, one most important point about this air sac or your alveoli is that it is the only and only vessel or only region which is single membrane. Now we all know our all organelle, they are double membrane. Okay, so this is the important point that alveoli, they are single membrane. So this particular is known as the bronchial tree. Now let us discuss about the lungs. Pair of lung we have, they are spongy organ. Now when we talk about location, so we know whatever organs till now we all have learned, they all are thoracic cavity organ. So when we observe it, they are as soft as sponge, elastic, and they are separated from each other by the heart and the other structure. Your roughly your heart will be present here. Now when we talk about the right lung, so right side lung will be slightly thicker and broader than the left one. Now when we talk about its height, so थोड़ा बहुत जो है as compared to left lung, you will observe it is shorter. Is it or not? Though it is broader, but it is shorter. Now why? Because at that particular side, right side में जो हमारा diaphragm है, it is little bit higher on. Why? Any guess? Right side I'm asking. Here. Now you will observe this particular region, we have our liver. तो ये लीवर के लिए जो है डायफ्राम थोड़ा सा ऊपर हो जाता है. सो फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर रीजन द दिस इज लिटिल बिट हायर ऑन द राइट साइड टू अकोमोडेट द लीवर. बिकॉज सी बॉडी में हर चीज को एक दूसरे को देखना है ना, हर ऑर्गन को टू सेटअप. तो फॉर दैट रीजन इट इज अकोमोडेट बिट हायर. नाउ व्हेन वी टॉक, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट पोजीशन. चलो देखते हैं कैसा है. Now when we observe it carefully, तो two layered है. Okay, first that is called as the pleura. Now when we observe it from the outside, so this pleura not only surrounds the egg, it also protects the lungs. Now parietal pleura, this attached to the wall of the thoracic cavity, and the visceral pleura, this enclose the lung. आ रही है बात समझ में? दो लेयर है प्लूरा के. वन इज द parietal pleura. You will observe this parietal pleura that is attached to the thoracic cavity. और जो visceral pleura है, that is enclosing the lungs. So double layer cavity के inside there is a fluid. Okay, why there is a need of fluid? To reduce the friction, and as well as it is helping as the cushioning also. It allows smooth movement of the lungs during breathing, because fluid filled नहीं रहेगा. कोई एक से एग्जाम्पल उसको जो है इसका फैट का कुशनिंग दे दिए, तो ब्रीदिंग के टाइम पे प्रेशर आएगा. टू अवॉइड ऑल सच थिंग, देयर इज अ fluid is filled in between this cavity. Now this each lung, it is divided into the lobes. You all can see the transverse oblique features here. Yes, these features. Yes. So this lung, if you will observe the left lung, so it is only divided into the two features, superior and inferior. And when we observe the right lung, so it is having the three lobes, superior, middle, and the inferior. So these oblique features, they are separating, or you can say it is dividing the lungs from the inside. Now when you will observe the left lung, it also has the cardiac notch. Yes, you can observe this thing. Now why? To accommodate the heart. As I told you, कि right side में क्या modification we all have seen, it is bit raised to accommodate, and it becomes short. Why? Because of the diaphragm. Diaphragm is bit raised at that side to accommodate the liver. तो इसी तरह से left side में you all can see there is a cardiac notch to accommodate the heart. So when we talk about the स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द लंग फ्रॉम इनसाइड वी नो क्या है, यहाँ पर ब्रोंकियल ट्रीज है, फाइन ब्रांचेस ऑफ द ब्रोंक्यूल्स है, ईच एंडिंग इनटू द पल्मोनरी एल्वियोल एज वी ऑल हैव सीन इनटू द प्रीवियस डायग्राम, this one. So pulmonary alveoli, these are the tiny sacs. These are characterized by the single layer membrane. I told you that you have to note down, the MCQ can ask over it. Dash is the single layer membrane, and in that many type of uh, small organs or organelles might be asked, that this is the singular layer, this is the singular layer. So you should remember that the pulmonary alveoli, they are the tiny sacs and they are characterized by the single membrane. They now see, we know the characteristic of the respiratory surface very well, that this respiratory surface, they must be highly vascularized. That means they must have the lots of blood capillaries at the end. So here these alveoli also have the supported with the blood capillaries. Each alveolus is lined by the squamous epithelium, and it is highly glandular and highly vascular. When we talk about the area, surface area, so now I told you always surface area is enhanced or increased by the folding. So this you can see small tiny folds are there in the alveoli. Blood and air, they are separated by only and only two layer. Okay, alveolar ki ek single layer and capillary ki. So this epithelium of alveoli and the endothelium, what happening, the now see, if double layer is there, दो time air को pass होना पड़ेगा. So this single layer enhances the permeability of the respiratory gases. Barrier between this two is thickness about only 0.5 micron. 0.5 micron matlab 1 micron is equals to 10 s to minus 6 meter. So you imagine how tiny and how small is this thickness. So this is for the efficient exchange of the gases. Now when we talk about the number of alveoli, all this thing you must note down, can be asked for the MCQ purpose. So we have, that means human have approximately 750 million alveoli. Now this surface area of the air within the lung is about 800 square feet. 800 square feet. Now imagine how long it is. You can say 50 times more than our skin surface of the body. So this is all about our structure. Next lecture we will be talking about the physiology. If anyone have any doubt, can ask right now. Any doubts? If you don't have any doubt, we can stop at this note. Next lecture we will be talking about the physiology of the respiration.